Ice is melting worldwide, especially at Earth's poles. This includes mountain glaciers, ice sheets covering West Antarctica, Greenland, and the Arctic sea ice. Many species have been impacted by rising temperatures. For example, researcher Bill Fraser has tracked the decline of Adeline penguins on Antarctica, where their numbers have fallen from 32,000 breeding pairs to 11,000 in 30 years. The sea level has been rising more quickly over the last century. Some butterflies, foxes, and alpine plants have moved farther north or to higher, cooler areas. Precipitation has increased across the globe on average. Some invasive species are thriving. For example, spruce bark beetles have boomed in Alaska thanks to 20 years of warm summers. The insects have chewed up 4 million acres of spruce trees. Hurricanes and other storms are likely to become stronger. Floods and droughts will become more common. Rainfall in Ethiopia, where droughts are already common, could decline by 10% over the next 50 years. Less fresh water will be available. If the ice caps in Peru continues to melt at its current rate, it will be gone by 2100, leaving thousands of people who rely on it for drinking water and electricity without a source of either. Some diseases will be spread, such as mosquito-borne malaria. Ecosystems will change. Some species will move farther north or become more successful. Others won't be able to move and become extinct. Wildlife researcher, scientist Martin O'Bard has found that since the mid-1980s, with less ice which to live, polar bears have gotten considerably skinnier. Polar bear biologist Ian Sterling has found a similar pattern in Hudson Bay. He fears that if the sea ice disappears, the polar bears will.
Coral are made up of millions of animals, and when those animals overheat, they die, and that's when you see the coral that are white. It's the skeleton of the coral, and there's nothing on it to survive. Small fish will have no place to live nor eat as the coral reef dies. And when the medium-sized fish have nothing to eat, they will die. And with the medium fish dying, there's nothing for the larger fish to eat, and they will eventually die. Or they will have to just migrate somewhere else with more coral, to where they will get overfished by us, leading to most fish to be endangered. Lots of land creatures, including us, will need to eat marine life to survive. Once all fish are gone, they will need to eat other land animals, and eventually there will only be prey left over. Humans won't have any fish to eat, which means us in resulting in overeating land life even more.
Pollution is everywhere, from the trash thrown out on the freeway to the millions of metric tons of pollution pumped into the atmosphere every year. It's obvious. Pollution and waste are unescapable. Pollution is so bad that to date, 2.4 billion people do not have access to clean water sources. Humanity is continuously polluting indispensable resources like air, water, and soil, which requires millions of years to replenish. People live longer because of better medicine, which means they use up more resources and leave more of a footprint. Since we live longer, we populate more, and when we do that, there's less and less space on the earth. We as humans have become dependent on luxuries such as cars, houses, and even our cell phones. But what does our love for manufactured metallic and plastic goods do to the environment?